I mean like people that weren't aware of whether these people were Southerners or Northerners or whatever, people like us, it's just people that were hired to rate the reactions of the participant. And these people rated, as usual, anger and amusement. How angry / amused were these people as they got all these provocations. And they also rated what apparently was the risk of a verbal or physical confrontation at any point after each one of these 10, or is it 12? 11, thank you. 11 provocations. So they're like, okay, on this videotape, let's go for the first provocation. How angry / amused is the participant? How likely are they verbally or physically confront the subject? Then we analyze this. And okay, so one thing is they had to cut the study short because 2 participants made physical contact with the Confederate. So they had to discontinue the study. Both of those participants were Southern. So that right there is kind of interesting data. But that wouldn't be a statistically significant difference, so we don't stop there. So for the first few annoyances, they find that Southerners didn't react very much. So now they look at the anger and amusement ratings as the provocations increase. And for the first few, they're like, the Southerners just kind of smile and nod. It's like, yeah, how you doing? Whatever. Do you want some Brits? All is well. I know, that was bad. Okay. So I'm from the South, so I get to do this, supposedly. I know, it's bogus. Okay. So for the first few annoyances, the Southerners are polite. They don't say anything. But the Northerners show agitation and anger. They're like, why don't you stop doing that? You're irritating me, and you're bothering me, and I want you to stop. But then, the Northerners, they were more angry up to the line in the sand. There was some kind of line in the sand they were trying to identify after which the Southerners might blow up. And they find that up to that line in the sand, the Northerners were getting more and more angry, and then past that line in the sand, they also seem to get more and more angry. And the Northerners kind of stay, actually that's not, they kind of plateau. They sort of get more and more angry, and they sort of plateau at a certain level of anger relative to amusement. But the Southerners spike way upward at annoyance number 6. So at annoyance number 6, the Southerners have been acting polite and not being very annoyed, and then they shoot up, and they just kind of snap, and they just get really mad, and so what, you're probably wondering, what's annoyance number 6? I don't know if you remember this one. This is easily the most annoying one, in my opinion. This is where we are not in love. This is when the Confederate does this one, it's like, radar works like I can tell you're really in touch with your inner feelings. But you need to put your name on it and then write slap. And that was one where we had the most like, oh my god, they did that to this person. So on that one, the Southerners blow up after keeping their cool for quite a while. Okay. Then also, they analyzed the biggest spikes on a per participant basis, and they showed that the Southerners generally showed bigger anger spikes. It wasn't just that overall their anger tended to spike up after annoyance number 6. It was also the case that for each participant, the average highest spike between annoyances was higher for the Southerners on average. So regardless of where their anger spiked, if it did at all, the Southerners spiked more. So they're more likely to suddenly get really provoked. And then after the study, you'll be happy to know, in classic Phil Zimbardo fashion, the Confederates were reconciled with the participants. So the participants were sure this person's not an asshole or not a jerk to you. This person's okay. And but they actually did this not just to be ethical. They also did it because they're interested in the data they might get from it. So they measured the forgiveness via willingness to shake their hands. So they're like, okay, this is the Confederate. The whole thing was a big joke. Why don't you guys shake hands if you're willing to? And what they found was that Southerners were less likely. Oh no, that's not true. The Southerners who blew up were more forgiving. And then on a survey that came 6 months later, they were less likely to remember characteristics of the Confederate. But those who did not blow up were not forgiving and did remember. Okay, so and then amongst Northerners they had the opposite pattern. This is very confusing. So what does this mean? What this means is that a lot of the Southerners blew up. They had this huge spike of anger, but not all of them did. And the ones who didn't, you might be saying, oh, they're cool with the whole thing. They're fine. They didn't get angry. But no, they actually are less willing to forgive the person afterwards. And 6 months later, they still remember the Confederate when they're sent a survey about the person's characteristics. So the people who don't ever explode, they kind of stew, The Northerners had more of the pattern you might expect, right? But the ones who blow up, they're less likely to forgive, and they remember it more 6 months later, So the Northerners, some of them got really mad, or pretty mad, and some of them didn't get very mad. And the ones who got mad weren't very forgiving, and remembered the person later, because they got mad, But in the South, it was more, everybody got mad, and then some of them exploded, and some of them didn't. And the ones who didn't, they stewed. So the model here is sort of like a pressure valve or something, where in the North, they're kind of slowly releasing that pressure valve the whole way. You take them off, and then they'll tell you. They'll be like, you're pissing me off, you need to stop, And if you keep doing it, they'll keep releasing the pressure. In the South, they don't release the pressure. Norms of politeness dictate that they have to let the pressure build and build and build. But eventually they can't. And if they can't, then some line in the sand gets crossed, and then they blow up on the person. And if they don't blow up, it's not that they weren't angry. It's not that the pressure got released. The pressure just never gets released. They don't forgive the person, and they remember 6 months later. Is this clear? Okay. All right. So the Southerners got more and more angry, and then they either blew up or continued to stew. Northerners either got angry or they didn't. Okay, study 2 in this paper. Study 2 in this paper. We're in study 3. This is getting confusing. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so Southerners and Northerners, they videotaped these people. So they took a subset of those videotapes of real participants in study 1, and they showed a bunch of new Southern and Northern participants tapes of either the most or least angry participants, but then cut them off right before, I think the 6th trial or something like that. So you're brought into the lab, you're one of the participants in the study. They code whether you're from the South or the North, and they show you here's some videotapes of participants in a prior study, and we irritated the heck out of these participants. And they're told, one of you try to guess when these people are going to, or who's going to blow up. And they cut it off before the person actually blows up. And so it's like a person perception game. Can you detect which of these people, these like 4 or 6 videotapes of these different people, can you detect which ones are going to blow up? And so their prediction is Southerners are not going to be very good at this. And that's part of why they get in fights all the time. They don't realize when somebody's about to blow up on them. And so indeed that was the case. The Southerners were not as good at predicting blow-ups ahead of time. So now they have kind of a couple mechanisms, right? It's not just the case that Southerners are very polite and are more polite than Northerners, and so they stew and get more and more angry, this pressure valve model of provocation in the South. But also they're less likely to be able to see when somebody else is about to blow up. Perhaps because they've grown up in the South where everybody just blows up all of a sudden. Okay, whereas Northerners are like, that person's about to go. That person's ready to go. I've seen this before, it's not pretty. Okay. So then in study 3, they're interested in, well, we've been telling you that there's a relationship between violent crime and politeness. We've been showing it to you in a lab setting. So what if we look at more macro level data between about cultural variance and rates of violent crime? And so here they look at the relationship between the politeness of cities, which has been assessed in the past. By the way, there's this guy, I think his name is Richard Florida, which is a cute name for someone who does research on regions of the country. So Richard Florida, he does research on cultural variance in the United States and how different parts of the country are different than others, which is interesting research. And he has a composite index for city politeness, which is essentially a composite of how many charitable donations are made per capita, how many people are willing to help a blind person cross the street when they take people that are blind and make them cross the street in cities in the South and North, and encode how likely somebody is to come help them. And also willingness to make change. They'll have some Confederates go out and say, hey, can you give me change for $1 and stuff, and see the rate at which that happens. People in the South, they love giving change. Great place to get change. They'll also drop items on the street, like the lost letter technique, right? Where there's like a stamped envelope that's dropped outside the mailbox, and they see whether somebody will ever put it in the mailbox. And again, in the South, good place to drop your letters and accidentally not put them in the mailbox. They found, yes, in the South, cities are more polite, but also homicide rates are higher. But is it the case of the cities where they're more polite, homicide rates are higher? Anyway, in the North, they found that the more polite the city, the less the murder. Okay, that makes sense, right? That's kind of what you expect. In the South, they found no relationship, but a slight tendency towards more politeness being more correlated with more murder. So these are kind of tentative results where they're trying to go from the laboratory to the field. And it's not the most convincing evidence you can see, but it is roughly consistent with their thesis. That in the South, politeness contributes to violent crime, but in the North, it actually deters violent crime, which would be kind of what you would normally expect. So it's very interesting research. Okay, so putting this all together for some conclusions. Studies 1A, B, and C show that insulted Southerners can get more angry, less amused, they're more likely to project violence on the targets, they have higher cortisol and testosterone levels when they're provoked, they're more physically challenging, even to an enormous guy that they probably shouldn't challenge, they behave in a more domineering fashion, and they believe that other people perceive them as unmanly and weak. In study 2, we saw that honor-related violence is tolerated more in the South and North, even encouraged sometimes with job applications. And then in study 3, we saw that politeness in the South may function to promote violence. And it's small signs of anger, which are not consistent with being really polite, but are useful for deterring big blow-ups or big violent, fracases from breaking out. Those sort of things are more common in the North than in the South. And it also, we found that Southerners are worse at picking up small warning signs, probably from lack of prior exposure to these small warning signs. So taken together, I think these researchers have done a pretty good job of sort of charting, yes, there is a greater tendency towards violence in the South. Yes, it is driven by efforts to defend one's honor or reactions to provocations to one's honor. And in turn, politeness to oneself propel it, and the greater cultural acceptance of violence in the South propels it as well. So that's the Southern culture of honor. If you would like to get back your Cool Hand Luke essay, which I'm sure you all will, here's how it goes. If your last name is A through G, then Sandra, do you want to stand up really quick? Sandra has your essay. If your last name is H through L, then Kristen has your essay. Kristen, do you want to stand up really quick? That's Kristen. If your last name is M through P, then I will have your essay. If your last name is Q through Z, then Mike will have your essay. Mike is there. That's Mike. And then if you have any leftover exams or essays you'd still like to collect, then Nora will have them outside.